Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. This is our first time here. So happy to have you. If you have any questions, you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com or you can leave a comment below. If you enjoy this video when you're done, consider subscribing or at least giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever you prefer. If you want to go to my blog, which if you're on YouTube, you want to go to the blog and get the project sheet. So that's stampmesilly.com. And then if there's anything you want to purchase, you can go to my online store at jandufour.stampinup.net. And there's lots of stuff happening in November and even more in December. We saw a preview of the mini catalog and the celebration catalog, which is awesome. And then, if you want to sign up as a demonstrator, there's still a couple of weeks left where there's a join promotion. Actually, I lied. The join promotions for January. We see stuff ahead of time and then we get a little confused. Anyway, but there's online exclusives that are coming out, new ones. So if you haven't visited, go ahead and visit. We're going to make two different ones. This one holds a Ghirardelli square. It also can hold a York peppermint patty. Those two are made the same way. I played around with this in a little bit, but this is what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to show you how to make it with 3 Hershey nuggets. So let's start with this one. You need, and like I said, if you're on YouTube, you want to go over and get my project sheet, which is on my website, stampmesilly.com. So regardless of which one you're going to make, these two are the ones with the Ghirardelli. You want to cut it 3 by 6. So on a sheet of 12 by 12, you can get, math is hard this morning. Let's see, 3, 6. So you can get 8 of these out of one sheet of cardstock, which is awesome. All right, so after you cut it, you want to score at 2.5 and 5 1/4, and that's for these two treats. They're pretty much the same size, and it works out fine. So let's go ahead. I've already scored ahead of time. So we'll just, especially this one, we want it nice and crisp. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. I'll put this off. And the next thing is you want to staple the bottom because it's like a matchbook. Now, if you use silver staples, it will be fine. They really, I purposely did this one. I didn't take them out, but, oh no, that's green. I did one that had a pink, you don't see it. It's just not a big deal. You can use silver. I, of course, couldn't do that. I had to have the green ones, and then I also have red ones, but I digress. It doesn't matter. When you put the staple in, the staple is to keep this folded and you can tuck under. You don't want to go more than, I would say, 1/4 of the way up and try to center it. Let's see if you can see. Here is where let me go ahead and staple it, and then I'll show you where it should be. And it doesn't have to be dead center, but you try. So as you can see, it's right here. So it's a little bit south of half. And that's a good foundation to stick this in and have it hold. And the next part is so hard. I don't know how you're ever going to do it. I am kidding. You're going to take a glue dot or 2. That's up to you. I would recommend that you put them right side up when you put them in. I did put one in backwards. I'm going to put 2 just because that way they won't spin or shift. Doesn't really matter where on the back you put them. I have one here and I don't know, right in the middle. And this fits fine with it pulled out and it kind of looks nice. You don't want to go north of this score line. You can go into this a hair if for some reason the candy you're using needs another 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. Okay, we are done with that one. Fun, easy, cool. All right, so I'm going to show you how I made the sentiment, and we're going to make a few of them so that I have it for the other one. Again, if you follow me, you know that I use templates. So what I did was take a piece of paper. It didn't have to be a big sheet. I try to use thick cardstock. It makes this indent a little bit deeper, or you can glue 2 of them together. I always mark where I should put it. In other words, I'm not trying to put it over here. It goes up in the upper corner or down in the lower corner, wherever you choose, and put that down. And then I put this there and finagle it until I like it. I stamp it. And once I know it's stamped the way I like it, then I can cut out a bunch of plain ones like this. Make sure that you've got the perforations on the right side. You stick it in there, make it land in there, and then it's easy to stamp and get it centered and right where you want it every single time. Doesn't look very dark. I switched colors, thinking I like this one better with this paper, but I think I'm going to either need to re-ink it or choose a different color. So for now, because I'm not going to bother you with re-inking, I didn't realize it was dry. I use it a lot. We're going to go with shaded spruce instead. It doesn't quite have that color in there, but it blends very nicely. And you do want a dark color so that the busyness of the there you go. Hey, you know, that was kind of cool. I was probably off center about a 32nd of an inch, and I did the lighter color first, and it makes it like have a shadow. It's kind of cool. I like that. Anyway, not going to do it again. We're just going to go straight for the, and I want to do a couple of them. This is another easy way of getting multiple things done quickly. Do it in a orderly, down the row fashion. So you're doing the same thing for all of them at the same time. Put those there. I got one more. This one's got to go this way. Make sure it's still up in the corner. As you can see, this works really well. And I do not have to finagle each one and hope I center it. So we're going to put this aside. We've got the 3 of them down like we want. All right. And so then I used adhesive dimensionals. I'm going to put, now I'll just put 3. 4 is really kind of overkill. All right. Take off the backing. And now this is lesson learned. I could take it off and fix it, but you know, it might not sit in there exactly straight. So I would do this. Hi again. So hopefully the transition isn't too bad. I got a phone call and it was spam, of course. We're getting a ton of those. If you're older, Medicare is still trying to beat you down and try to get you to sign up for something, which I already have. Anyway, so next we're going to do the nuggets, which I think everybody is their favorite. If you are giving this to people you love, you can just tell them that there are peanuts in at least one of them. I've lost, I dropped it and lost it. Okay, well that means we have to get a different one. Tell them that there are peanuts in them. If you're doing them for a sale, like at a, not a yard sale, but a fair, then definitely put a label. And you can either handwrite it or put it on an actual label and just stick it on the back that says contains peanuts or contains nuts, and that should be enough. Anyway, so here we go. These are real pretty. They match our paper very nicely. We are using the same size. Remember, it's 3 by 6. The only difference is that we're scoring it at an extra spot. So the scoring is at 2.5, then 3, then 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and get that squared away. This is really kind of one of my favorites. Everybody likes the chocolate that's in there. Even, you know, I try to make sure I don't put all dark chocolate or all milk chocolate, and that way, hopefully they will find one that they like. Okay, so again, when we're wanting to do this, we just put this a little bit less than halfway, and you try to center it. And there you go. So that'll keep it up where we want it. Now, we're going to cover these. Let me show you, if you're doing a bunch of them, you want to do it this way. So decide, knowing that there's only going to be an inch of this, right? Decide if you want your stripes going this way or if you want your stripes going this way. When you cut it, so if I cut this at 3, because it's 3 and 3, I can do it 4 times on there. If I cut it here and then an inch, that's going to go around. The lines are going to go this way. And so I this time wanted them going up and down, so I cut it that way. But just be aware that that actually happens. But see, you get to cut all of these at 1 inch, and all of this stuff is already on them. I already peeled off the tape. You're going to put, you can either start with the non-adhesive side, but I usually start the other way, so I put the tape on top of it. Just wrap it around. At first, I wouldn't worry too much about getting it right where you want it, but just kind of wrap it around. It gets the curves going, and then just hold it and bring it down on the tape. And there you have a beautifully wrapped guide that looks so cool. All right, let me finish up all 3 of them. Let's see, where's my tape? Here it is. I'd already removed the white paper when my phone was ringing, and of course that didn't record, so that's why they look naked. But there's glue there. Again, tear and tape, it will save you tons of time if you put it on before you cut them. You just have to cut the 3 inches and then put the tear and tape on, and then you can just do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Whoops, upside down. All right, we're going to lay that flat. Now, if you would prefer to put this one down first, then the tear and tape has to go on the wrong side of the paper. I just tend to, actually, you know, to be honest, I do it both ways. I don't really have a preference. Okay, so we have our 3. And remember, we did a little bit of different scoring, and that's so that there will be a section unlike these. These just do a gentle roll. I found it was not enough. I've seen these on different websites. My sister actually brought it up again, and I thought, oh, I think I could do that for a video. And but I tweaked it because it's bigger, a little bit bigger. That way you can do more than one kind of, when you lay them down, I'm laying them about equidistance from there and there, a little higher and close to there, because remember, this is going to go like this. So we want it to be able to fold down. And then you just put the next one and put them in there tight. They just fit. Put that, put that one here. Don't they look so cute? Then you flip it up. And so you still have a nice piece, but it stays in here a little bit better. And then we're going to go ahead again with the adhesive dimensionals. Take them all off. And then if you want to be brave, which I'm going to do this time and probably mess it up, but that's okay. just to see why I do it. Remember, I took this out, laid it flat. I'm going to be adventurous and say, I can do this without taking it off. I was wrong when I first did this, but maybe I've learned my lesson and I can kind of give for that. Okay, that worked out okay. And then we're going to put a dot. We want the little one because there's not that much room here. It's a small saying. And there, oops, there you have it. Let me put this away. A beautiful little gift that you can give. Doesn't use a lot of paper, doesn't use a lot of supplies, and it's fun to make. And then if you sell them, you can make a pretty good deal if you get the big packages at the bigger box stores or and fill them up. And who doesn't like chocolate? I mean, it's good, right? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you consider subscribing, I post once a week on Wednesdays. Unless there's a flash sale for shipping or there's a sale, I will send just a quick one. And don't forget to click the thumbs up, hopefully. And again, I really appreciate you stopping by. Bye.